All right, y'all. So as always, I read something, I learn something, I experience something, and if it affects me, I feel a responsibility to share it. Because if I can just affect one life, if one person can look at this or watch this and say, "Oh wow, that's profound. Let me try to add that to my life." It's all about adding value here. So the power of now. I'm probably going to be making multiple videos on this book because it's such it has so many profound, you know, points in it. But I think one of the most important things that we all need to learn is to stop identifying with our mind. We let our minds run our life. And there's a quote, I think Carl Jung, I forgot who said it, but it said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will run your life and you will call it fate." Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will run your life and you will call it fate. And essentially what Eckhart Tolle is telling us is in this book is the fact that being unconscious is not being aware of your thoughts. Being unconscious is identifying with your thoughts and thinking that you are your mind. But when you recognize that you can recognize that you had a thought, you can step back and say, where'd that thought come from? Or, I just had this random thought. How did that pop into my head? If you can realize your thoughts, or if you can watch your thoughts, then that means you are not your thoughts. You're the watcher of your thoughts. You're the observer of your thoughts. And the problem is that we're always identifying with that incessant chatter in our minds and thinking that that's us. That's not you. That's your ego, right? That is your ego. That is your conditioned mind. That's the mind. We were our true selves when we were our babies, right? When we were just born, and when we lived life moment to moment, fully present in the moment, when we weren't worried about what everybody else was thinking about us, when we weren't, constantly in our minds about what happened in the past or what's going to happen in the future. And that's what we're always in our heads. And when we're in our heads, we're not here. We're not in the present moment. We're not awake to the beauty of life that is right now. We're always thinking about our life situation in the past or in the future, and we're not awake to the beauty that is our life. Your life is different from your life situation. The car you drive, the apartment or house you live in, your living situation, your where you work, the money that you make, that's not your life. That's your life situation. And no matter what your life situation is, you have every single thing that you need to be the happiest that you could ever possibly be right now in this moment right here. Why? Because you're breathing, because you have life. It has nothing to do with your life situation. And if you're always living in the past, wishing you were in the past or wishing you're in the future and thinking that some future life situation is going to be your salvation, you're never going to be fully happy because you're always going to be striving to the next thing, and you're not going to be present and grateful for life as it is today, right? So we need to disassociate with our minds. We need to disidentify with our minds and stop thinking that our thoughts are us, and recognize that if we can be the watcher, constantly be conscious, right? Be conscious to our thoughts. And always ask ourselves, what's going on inside me right now? Where are these thoughts coming from, right? Be conscious to those thoughts, be present in this moment, and then you can have more control over your life. You can stop letting your mind run your life. You can stop staying in negative states. You can step back and say, where's this coming from? Why am I allowing myself to be in this state? And when you're conscious and present, you can make a conscious choice to focus on something different and, choose your mental state. And I'm at the point now where if I'm always asking myself that question. So I'm at the point now where I'm genuinely afraid. I have an actual phobia of negativity. I have a phobia of negativity because I know I believe so strongly in the law of attraction. I've seen it happen in my life. I've seen where my life was when I was constantly focused on what I don't have and what I don't want and all the negative in my life. And I've seen what my life has grown to when I started being grateful and being awake to the beauty of life as it is today, and living my life in a state of gratitude. I started attracting positivity in my life because I was living in a state of gratitude and keeping my heart open to just learning from the universe, right? My life changed. So that's why at this point I am so afraid of allowing myself to stay in a negative state, because I know that I'm only going to attract more negativity into my life, right? Read this book, guys. Read this book. Apply the principles. Understand that you are the watcher of your mind. Understand that you do not have to identify with your ego, right? You can identify as being what you are, just a being, a spiritual being, a person that's connected to everything else through its connection with Source. And, I'm going to go on a tangent on my, spiritual beliefs here, but I think that just disidentifying with your mind and your ego can be extremely profound, probably the most important thing with regard to just being happy in this life, So love here, guys. I hope this added value. I hope that my rant got some little nugget out of that. And as usual, I'm excited to see, what else other value I can add, what else I learned that could be beneficial to you guys. Hope this added value, and I'm sending much love your way, and look forward to connecting with each and every one of you.